Is this just one giant fat testimony? Okay, no, we're getting a new slate. Thank God. What I saw, part 2.
I was on my way from the stage to the back exit. There was something like a little window. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But I wasn't Machi. I was a grown person. I know it was.
Grown person, okay. Well, how'd they escape? So you did witness the crime after all, just from that little window there. Killer was a grown, let's say, person. Almost said man. I mean, it could have been a girl. We don't know yet. This is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, fair forehead. I didn't have anything to do with this. The dump. What the? Yeah, very well. Her. I don't know. You may begin.
Great going, Apollo. You were right about Lamiroir. What's wrong? You don't look too happy.
This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Well, let's hear it. For real this time. What do you got? I was on my way back from the stage and the backstage exit. Okay, how many floors are on that goddamn thing? I'm just saying it's possible. Couldn't have been the ventilation staff had to go something, but... So you were heading toward the dressing room? To do what?
Yes.
So this is a little before she opened the dressing room and dropped her brooch. Okay. At the same time, Emma and I heard those shots.
I was on my way back.
Okay. There was something like a window there. That's how I saw it. Describe exactly what you saw, please. He just more or less says that. I'm going to repeat myself.
Very well. Window is the best word I know in English. I think this is how it is said, yes?
You need not worry, Lamiroir. Your choice of words are impeccable. There's a small window in the dressing room in question. House of Defense remembers this detail. Little window on the wall. Yeah.
I, saw the crime from there.
Okay. There were 2 shots. Couldn't do anything to stop it. Okay, understandable. But it wasn't Machi. You don't know where he was. Well, Machi wasn't the one who shot. Are you sure?
Yes, quite certain.
It amuses me that you'd question her testimony. It's testimony in your favor, might I, Isn't it my job to object?
Yeah, Apollo, what are you doing? Sorry.
Let's just listen to what Lamiroir has to say. It tells how you were sure. You see... Okay, that was really done. Fine. It was a grown person. I know it was. Can you describe them? Anything. A grown person. That's a little vague.
I am so sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know.
Certainly you could at least see whether the shooter was a boy or a girl. Well?
It was a man, a young man.
Oh. You sure about that?
His voice was quite clear.
Oh, he talked? What? Really?
Looking at
the diagram, it seems the dressing room's quite cluttered. Does seem likely you wouldn't have a clear view of the shooter.
As a singer, I rely on my ears more than my eyes. When I heard a voice, I did not forget it.
That voice.
That was the voice of a man.
So you heard a voice? Wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Lighthouse?
Absolutely not. Did I not just say I never forget a voice? It's Mr. Lighthouse who spoke. I would have known.
Okay, makes sense. You were at the window and you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man, you said.
This is a good testimony that proves it wasn't Machi.
Well, I have a theory how it could have not been. Do we have the... We don't have the speaker, but... Okay. This turns out to be true. It casts this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion? I don't know. Obviously, I don't want Machi to be it, because that's my role to play here. It's contradictory. I mean, I'll say it's a good fit. It's nice. Good job, Missy. I have to say it's a pretty good. Yeah, vital even.
This shows that the shooter wasn't Machi.
Surely you can't be serious, Hair Forehead.
I mean...
Lamiroir, I understand why you'd want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad, and lies do not become such a creature. Now what? It's all this talk about probing and calling her a creature. The young lady, she's had a hard enough day. All right, now, miss, I'd never say nothing like that. Well, does what do you mean, prosecution?
Apollo, what is he talking about? How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that?
That's just how stern he is, I guess. I recall the state of the crime scene quite well.
The state of the room, you mean?
Flashback, actually a relevant one for once. And when the murder took place, that window was closed. Really? I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. Oh my god, that is something big.
But I'm sure.
Lamiroir, I've nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense. My opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. It's like the nicest way you could put it.
But she's the only eyewitness we have.
So you said... You gotta be kidding me. Who else could have seen in there? And the victim named her the siren as the witness.
That's right. That's what Mr. Lighthouse...
Well, we heard you claim he said that. We even entertained the possibility and brought us to this. Herr Judge. Yes? The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. We can't allow that. No! Afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. There's no need to question of the witness's credibility.
But if Lamiroir can't testify,
Machi's gonna go to jail.
Then we don't have a chance of proving his innocence. Oh my god.
Well, cross-exam is over. Gavin, you may continue making your case. Danke. Now, where were we? Yes, I would like to hear from Fräulein Detective again.
Wait, what? She's already off the stand. Let me hear Lamiroir's testimony one more time.
Why are you like this? Cross-examination's already over. Until such a time as a need arises, this witness may leave the stand.
Please, please, please. I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance. Ta-ta.
Really? Dude. At last, back to the real trial. So what was all that? Ready, Hair Forehead? Sound like Marge.
Oh, I didn't just miss my only chance. Oh, come on. But I'm still transfixed on the police siren. Only issue is, how do you make that a pun in Japanese? You can't. So it's probably not that.
I know, metagaming, but I need every help I can assist I can get. Fräulein Detective, how far have we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted?
Don't ask me.
I just like saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore. And? If you would, Miss Sky?
I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Littau's killer could have escaped was through the air vent on the ceiling.
Yeah. There's only one of them in the room, so, witness, you was standing in front of it.
That air vent isn't very big, you see. Kinda limits the people who could get through it, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You sure would. Not that you'd been there in the first place, though. What?
Certainly would have been a difficult time. Not that you would have been there in the first place. What does she mean by that?
Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for a killer is the defendant.
Well, and Clavier, and Lamiroir, right? If she's lying about a virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself. She does state a clear case, but reading the report, something caught my eye.
Oh, what is it?
The circumstances of the defendant's arrest.
What? First time hearing of this. That's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre.
Oh, right. That is definitely not the first time hearing of this.
It's like the flashbacks serve a purpose, Johnny.
Shut up!
Why did Mr. Latehouse's body disappear from the room and end up on top of the stage tower, holding a guitar?
A perceptive observation, Herr Judge. Oh, thanks, man. It was an accident, really, but you work in this job long enough and you get a nose for things like this. He literally did. I had to laugh like that. I know I do all the time, but
The judge seems pleased with himself. Must not get compliments a lot, given he's bald and everything.
very good, Freyloin Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? Okay, well, if we reverse engineers, Lamiroir's trick, there's some way to move from one platform to the other.
I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamiroir's song. No one in the country had a motive to kill the victim, and Machi practically left his signature at the scene.
Excuse me?
All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. I think so anyway.
Golly.
Lamiroir's song?
The guitar serenade. I thought you read the evidence. Are you a little slow on the upkeep? You notice it's code, too, did you not? Yeah, I had to stop myself from making a Konami code joke. Really? Come on, man. All the events that day follow the lyrics to our song. Oh, brother. Can I hear this again? First, the keys, my heart, hold on to tightly, were stolen. The prosecutor Gavin's guitar
Burst into flames on stage.
Mr. Latehouse's life was taken by a bullet, and the rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together in the sky. That's just mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. Now get real.
I admit, I've forgotten about the song. Wait a minute. This is in English. Genuinely. Did she sing? Yeah, she sang it in English because, one, you don't need to know a language to be able to sing a song. You know? But that's an easy contradiction. There it is now waiting for me, the grand finale. Hey, I was the one who first noticed that.
Yeah, good job. Nobody cares. I read her to jumping rope to songs and counting to songs, but killing. Oh, no, I couldn't do that. It's a wild world out there, Herr Judge. Shoot. All right, you telling me. We heard one song and dance. Let's get to the next.
Not so sure I'm going to be able to do much singing. My vocal cords,
Okay, we just need to point out the contradiction that, yes, Machi Tobaye, to our knowledge, cannot speak. It's not like we could he could be lying. That's a very difficult thing to prove, right? It's like, what do we do? Stand behind him? Free candy! See if he reacts. That's all I can think of. No one in the country had motive to kill the victim. I don't know about that. I'm suspicious of you, Miss Emma. Why are you always in such a bad mood, having to do security detail? You probably wanted to kill him so the show would end faster and go home and eat your bonbons.
Mr. Latehhouse spoke English. He may have come to this country before. I looked into that, I assure you. Oh. It was his first time in the country, it seems. Passports, pretty hard thing to fake, Apparently he learned English on his own. Here, there's great books on that. Great.
You see, no one here had a motive to kill him. Certainly not in such an elaborate fashion. Seems difficult to imagine.
Unless our famous prosecutor did it as a publicity stunt.
Hey, never rule out everything. What'd you say? Whoa, Gavin, yo! Yo, she's a little girl. You did this to promote your song? Don't be yelling at Miss Emma. I'm not even going to entertain that. Of course not. And I'm quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim. Why would I need a promotion? Everyone already listens to my music. Oh, you little turd.
They're even in my textbooks at school.
Well, that is impressive. And I'd never heard of them. What's that say about me? Apollo, you always studying for that bar. That's why. Don't worry about the... can you quote David Lynch? Don't worry about the world. Just do your work. Don't let it pass you by. I don't know what else he says. Not important.
I was just kidding. Don't get all worked up, Glimmer Boy.
If she called me that, I would blush.
Machi practically left her signature...
Wait. His signature at the scene. I'm very sorry. I keep mixing that up. Machi Tobaye is a dude. A little dude. And he's innocent. And I'll prove it.
What do you mean by his signature? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. Okay. The revolver's fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall. But how's that have to do with the platform?
What?
That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. And they can't have been more than 5 feet apart. Be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range.
What are you getting at? Difficult to miss.
Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. You can't be serious. Machi, he can't see. That's why he missed? Is that what she's saying? It's the only explanation that makes any sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly, might I add.
That reminds me, the monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. A blind shooter? Well, hush, shoot, that's a first. I mean, don't shoot! Oh, God, we gotta stop saying that. No wonder he missed.
I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think justice, what do we do now? Raise an objection. How do we object to that?
There are two... We don't even have any evidence. Dog. I mean... Give me a second. The only thing I can bring up to counter this is that the angles of these shots are very, very odd. Because see that wall in the center? Like the partition there? There's no bullet hole in that. So how do you explain the bullet hole near the door? Or the closest one to the door? You know what? Screw it. We have video editing. I'm just going to draw a line here. You see what I'm saying? That is strikingly odd, Emma. I just, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to hear your, perspective and insight because you're so intelligent. So there were bullet holes left in the wall? But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Dude, what? How so? There could have been a struggle with the victim. I guess that's possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. You're saying the revolver had beef with Mr. Leitaus too? No, the revolver was a very large caliber. Correct. The shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon. Why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobaye, is, as you can see, petite or tiny. I don't like that word. It's a little close to home. Okay, it's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim. My God, he is really annoying. Like, he's just, his inflection just rattles my ears. Convincing, if not shrill to listen to be sure. I got this in the bed. Did he call me shrill? Take that, smug prosecution. Apollo. That bit about Machi being tiny and the gun throwing off his aim, that kind of just assisted, their argument. Aren't you kind of, helping the opponent? Oh, crud. Does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was without a doubt the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. No! I really put my foot in this time. Let's get the fact of the matter on the record. If you would, Freyloin detective. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, we're not doing penalty. All right. I can. You sure? I can still do one if you want. No, that's fine. The witness will add that to her testimony.
Okay. From the state of the crime, I conclude the shooter was blind.
Was that added? Okay. Let's expand on that.
You can't say he was blind just because the bullet hole was in the wall. I think I've proven that. I wouldn't call it proof, per se. Huh? You merely raised a possibility. That's not definitive. Frelo and detectives made a most logical conjecture based upon the evidence. Of course, there's more evidence than just bullet holes, you know. The defendant was the only one who could have escaped through the air vent.
Do we know that for a fact? I mean, I don't know. I'm petite. I can fit in it. I can try.
If he was blind, how would he know about the air vent?
Oh.
Very good point. Well, Frelo and detective, if you'd like to explain. Wait, what? What? He certainly seems so sure of himself. Recall the crime scene, if you would. Okay. There was a stepladder below the air vent, and it happens the maintenance was scheduled for that day. Custodial staff went around checking all the air vents.
Wow, lucky me.
I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance, including Machi Tobaye.
In a language he can't understand, by the way.
He would have known there'd be a way out at the top of that ladder.
But why is this the first time I'm hearing about this?
'Cause it's a video game, stupid. You could have figured it out yourself. Jesus. You only need to consider that stepladder was doing there.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. It's like the defense objection has been squished by a step ladder.
Well, hair forehead, out of ammunition? Not even close. Never seen Prosecutor Gavin so aggressive. Maybe he's caught the scent of blood. Apollo, don't you have something or anything? Like, you know what we need? We need something to prove the killer could see. That'd put him in his place. Killer could see. Proving the killer could see. They had sight. I mean, how do you explain the keys? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, dump. That's something. That is absolutely Is that just my imagination, though? Maybe he truly was not putting a message in his own blood. I don't know. It's too hard. It's too early to make that assumption. Dump. I mean, if Machi truly was the killer, Lataus could not have been scribbling a message in his own blood, and then Machi erased it, you know?
Is that it? Then take down one of their central points. Do I have evidence?
I'm willing to just one shot, you know? Again, don't say shot.
I accept the prosecution's challenge, as I knew you would. What exactly am I up against? Prosecution is saying the shooter missed because they couldn't see. For Machi, who's blind, did it.
The defense will present their evidence. Oh, only one penalty? God dang, okay.
The evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim the shooter could see. I need to investigate the revolver one more time.
I guess I don't need to investigate it. The game said no. I just wanted to see the giraffe again. Don't mind me. Well, here we go. What do we got?
This is that evidence!
He is way more confident than the commentator. My God, that is some juxtaposition. The photo of the crime scene.
I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face, but this is no time to think twice. Time to press on! Yes, Your Honor. The crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. And perhaps you better show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to use, Ja.
Okay, what you got, Justice? Show me that contradiction.
With pleasure.
It's kind of obvious, but
the contradiction is right here. The smeared blood stains.
Bloodstain. Thought it was just my blurry vision. But it really is blurry when you see it up close in the light with a magnifying glass. The way the victim's hands raised above his head like that. Looks like a gesture I've seen many times here in court. And in other detective games, I guess.
It's almost as if he was writing something? I get it. At least I think I get it.
Get what, Freyloin? Tell the class.
Mr. Litaus was shot. He tried to write something. And what he wrote, with the shooter's name. And what he would write in but his own blood. Pretty good, huh?
Thanks for making my point for me. Good job, Trucy.
Yes. In fact, that's what I think happened here.
That does seem to be a distinct possibility, but how do we prove it?
That's one thing. The victim wrote the killer's name? No, it's a cliche, but it's a certainly logical cliche. Trap. I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out.
Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, bludgeoning the guilty with my mace of justice, I certainly wouldn't want my name running around town. Neither would I. Not that I did this as a publicity stunt. Well, we're all in agreement.
No one has anything else to add. No one has anything else to say. It's a little of me, because I was right about something.
What are you complaining about, man? This ain't even your trial. Shoot.
The prosecution accepts this, that the yet again, it's just another possibility, though. You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer, and that the killer tried to rub the name out? Yeah, what's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this! How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Litaus was writing something in blood, and once the killer saw that... Oh, yeah, now I get it now.
I refuse to accept. I'm just going to keep feigning ignorance. Once he saw what it was.
What did you just testify about? But what did we just testify about the shooter? Oh, yeah, he's blind. And that's why his aim's... There you go! The crime scene itself contradicts this statement. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise?
Is there a possibility that you can fake blindness? I genuinely don't know. I mean, you could get him to an optometrist. Or is it optometrist? I don't care.
May I remind the court that the defendant, Machi Tobai, is blind? He couldn't have been the shooter. Impossible!
It's really out of character for Emma. Impossible! I guess that's how she'd say it. I feel like she'd be like, oh my god, I got hamburger. You know, like, explain to me what all this means. I like context clues. I don't like reading between the lines. Yet again, my blurry vision. I mean, looking at this photo, it looks like it's quite clear the shooter could see. Yet up till now...
It seems I owe the court an apology.
Oh, wow.
The Gaviners are a band with law enforcement ties. Yet a murder occurred. During our concert, apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filled in an entirely timely manner.
What the? I'm not sure like the vibe I'm getting here. Is this an autopsy update moment?
Apollo, look at him. Why is Gavin all relaxed and smiley? Like he knows something we don't. He's about to tell us.
Well, let's rock with these documents. But before that, I have a question for the Freyloin detective, if I may.
What?
Tell me, why do you think Machi Tobai is blind?
Wait, did I call it?
What'd you just say?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
What am I saying? Of course he's blind. Look at those shades.
Of course, she says.
He's the blind pianist, right? So he's, doesn't Lamiroir lead him around the hand all the time?
You gotta be kidding me. He did go to the optometrist.
I have a report here on the defendant. According to this, Machi Tobai can see perfectly well.
Oh, no.
His blindness was merely publicity ploy. But those clever
Borginians. Oh, goodness. Do the Germans and the Borginians have beef?
Beef. Gotta go to the BK after this. He can see quite well, in fact.
That's
That's ridiculous. But you said...
What did I say exactly? Hair forehead, not once in this court in this trial have I ever claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was the Freyloin detective.
Well, you just made her look dumb. My God, I thought you were on the same team.
But that's mean.
A significant fact, yes. Considering Machi Tobaye sees, and he was the only one who could have fled the air vent. I see no problem with this.
But what about the bullet holes in the wall?
Well,
yeah, if he could see. This is looking bad.
oh yes, the bullet holes. I believe Hair Forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the .45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. This is where the real fun begins, Hair Forehead.
Oh my God, Apollo, get a grip. Yarg?
Yarg! Yarg! I'm gonna pilfer your testimony. I'm gonna destroy the document. Now he is blind. I knew you didn't have what it took.
You jerk! Just what was I here for? Comic relief? Yeah, I mean, so needs to be.
Oh, sorry.
That's no way to apologize to a lady. Oh my God. He's angered the Trucy now.
The Trucy? Oh God, look out. If we can please end the bickering now.
Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solve this case if it kills me.
Oh, we don't need that. Come on now. That's how we fabricate evidence. Your testimony's already given us enough to convict the defendant.
You don't say. Well...
What?
This blood stain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? Yeah, appears to be the case. We might be able to find out what was really written here. You're kidding! You can do that? That's right, with it.
A bottle of Febreze?
It's called luminol.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood.
Ah, yes, we've done tests like that.
Have we done those tests yet?
Ha! As if I'm gonna tell you.
Bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now.
Okay, we got it. Not bad. Go for it, Apollo. I could have sworn it was tile.
No, I guess that's carpet. Sounds what I know. Weirdest carpet in the world. What the dump? Looks like vinyl flooring. Okay, I gotta look at it one more time. That could be painted wood. I'm sorry. Let's just go for it, Apollo. Emma's got my back, and I'm talking about mahogany.
I have to do the test. You just have to spray the luminol. Use the bottom screen, dude.
Okay, we will observe the test. Have at it.
Like, why even bother? Just tell me what it is. It's easy as pie. Just press A. It's almost like, what's even the point of having the minigame? Just be immersive, boy. Apollo, your hand's shaking. Ugh. Let's do this.
What the dump? Maggie Bird. I'm just playing. This is like, could you imagine?
It's IPYX 314206? This must be the power of science. It says, well, a bunch of letters and numbers. Is that the killer's name?
Maybe it is if the killer was a robot.
I have it!
So, fill us in.
But the letters IPX look familiar. This is an Interpol ID number.
What?
Interpol? You mean the International Police?
Most of the undercover agents working to solve international crime.
Why would he write that? No, he's a member of Interpol? At 35? Dude, I'm lazy.
Why would Mr. Lithouse even know a number like that?
Good show, Freyloin Detective. Rock on.
What'd I do?
Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand.
What? Is he Interpol? I mean, I guess that makes more sense than Lighthouse, but
You heard what we need, right? Go check into the Interpol ID number.
Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. I'm out of here.
not sure what to think of all this. Prosecuted cases are airtight, so it seems, yet if the number really is that of an Interpol agent...
Wait, I know. What, Machi Tobaye is really an undercover agent?
That would be a possibility.
Talented in music and investigation. A possibility, yes, but a little far-fetched, and one that would mark him as the killer for certain.
What Lighthouse know an Interpol number? That's what I want to know.
Well, we'll have some time while we wait for Daryan's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobaye.
Another mystery? What are you talking about now?
Frelo and Detective, accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see, just before the trial began.
All right.
It seems too much of a bother to tell you.
You had me until the last bit.
Does this not raise a rather straightforward question?
Yeah, sure, I guess it does. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see?
Exactly. It really makes a little sense. What do you think, Hair Forehead? Machi Tobaye pretended he was blind. Do you know why?
How could he know? But Mr. Gavin knows why, doesn't he?
He knows from the start of the trial. He's been leading us to it this whole time. It's all part of his scheme. I gotta get him on the ropes somehow, but it's airtight assault. Like,
oh, something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all sort of a kind of game? Know that the moment I heard that report, I knew why.
I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. These proteges, bullcrap.
What does that have to do with anything?
There was a reason why Machi Tobaye pretended to be blind, but it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now?
If it wasn't for him.
Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us had feigned blindness? I don't remember what this says. I don't know why I opened it. Not his own sake.
Not his own sake?
I honestly got nothing. Like, I know we're supposed to say show evidence, but I don't have a clue. Truthfully.
No idea.
Hair Forehead, I'm disappointed in you. Unless you're merely feigning stupidity. Yeah?
Wow.
You know, I really don't need this today. Keep it up, wise guy.
Recall the relationship of Lamiroir and Machi Tobaye. In particular, their agreement over the years before visiting our country.
Lamiroir and her pianist. They'd always walk together, she leading him by the hand.
So it was a grift? A lifelong grift?
Even when they got on stage, she'd lead him to the piano. She'd walk all the way over with him.
That's right, because he was blind. Or so we thought. She led him all the time. All times.
Okay.
Yet we can now know that Machi could see perfectly well. Why keep up the charade?
Wasn't part of their, performance.
There is a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by a hand at all. Which means...
You don't mean...
I do. It was the other way around.
Huh?
The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lamiroir!
What? So you mean to say that Lamiroir,
she's blind as a bat.
You're joking. You're joking.
What? I don't...
But she was looking away. I don't get... Or, this is crazy. What, Gavin? How many people did you take the optometrist?
Wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something?
Oh my god, so that's a lie too.
Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lamiroir herself? I believe she's still in the witness waiting room.
Apollo, what does this mean for our case?
That means we're screwed. The siren couldn't have witnessed it because she can't see. So no one is going to believe me about Mr. Lataus. Oh my god. I had no idea she couldn't see, Trucy. I couldn't even imagine it until now. What a twist. Okay, get in here. You know, be gentle. She can't friggin' see, apparently. Calling me blind. Oh, no, she said that. I'm so sorry.
Lamiroir, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way. And yet I must.
Please, do not be concerned on my behalf.
Those eyes. She really can't see? Really?
It is true.
Well, all right, there we have it. How'd you figure that out?
How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world.
Well, I mean, let's not... You know, other countries don't like the whole America-centric thing. So this is not a case on a global scale. I mean, Interpol is... All right, you got a point. So you can't see. Is that right? You were faking.
I mentioned before, yes. I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiroir. Known, too, that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamiroir.
Okay. Yeah.
You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial, Hair Forehead.
What was that?
I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses.
Yeah?
Now, Lamiroir, I must ask you stand once more.
I think I just got it. Oh my god. Lamiroir isn't the siren. It's a group. Machi's back in. The only question now is, was he tall enough to reach that window?
Will you testify to the court about your eyes?
Yes, of course. It was never my intention to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor?
Yeah, go for it. Though I admit I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost, and frickin' Gavin is leading the way. Hate it.
I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my RP line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others.
Okay, I mean, you know, it's a lie, but, you know, she's telling the truth now. Am I going easy on her? I don't know. I'm trying to be more objective about that, just because it's an unbelievably pretty lady. If you lie, you gotta do the time, you know. Remember Ace Attorney 3? Oh my god. This is a murder trial, young man. You need to take this more serious. I need to talk to you after this, man. You always bring in your objective analysis of beauty into things. That's no way to do the law, man.
I apologize. It was a part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. What does that remind me of? Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would...
She told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing.
Oh, true. Frick. Well, we can't get her on a lie, then. Does the defense got anything to add?
I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask?
There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. There was?
Perhaps it's best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself.
Defense, just do it. Oh, God. Be aware the court will not tolerate any question deemed too stressful to the witness. Okay? There's only one part that really bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Okay. It really comes down to this? Okay, let's talk about her posing. Not even reading it first. Okay, pretty neutral. Just looking over here. My producer came up with my PR line before I knew this. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. Okay. Could she have heard something then? Because a gunshot going off.
No, it'd be hard because of the show blaring. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could not see. Everyone on my staff knew this, of course, but no others. If Mr. Laythouse knew this... Okay, I see our angle here. We have to get the court's opinion to recognize that the siren is Machi. But then why did she I'm not understanding Lamiroir's motivations here at all. Why would she lie and say she saw it through the window if Machi wasn't in the room and he truly did witness it? That's what I think. Everyone on my staff knew, but no others. Let's talk about that. When you say your staff, you include Mr. Laythouse, correct? Of course. He was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me.
Something the matter, Big Four? I can't really talk. I'm trying to give you a little nickname, but you can... I mean, God, just look at that. Jeez. I admit it, you know. My better days are past me, yeah.
I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You were thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was.
You know, it bears repeating that my final words you will hear it again. Oh my God, hurry, just say the witness is silent. There they are, goodbye.
Mr. Laythouse told me to ask the witness, and he named you. So, why would he do that? If he knew you were blind? I do not know. You're stressing the witness. Bullying girls, Apollo. It's just not a good look. Gotta get that out of your system. It's just not healthy. What'd I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what exactly? There's no mystery here. If you recall everything you said, think of his last words one more time.
Oh my God, if we do another flashback, I'm gonna freaking lose it. Witness siren. We heard them many times, along with a little play acting about our defense.
I remember them well myself. That statement's not what I refer. I mean what he said before that. But before... What came before? What? I didn't read that part. Of course you didn't, so it bears repeating. That's right. He tried to tell you when he said can't see.
Oh, he wasn't talking about himself. Oh my God, he wasn't losing vision. What?
He was talking about the witness, silly Billy. Duh! Too bad the defense did not. Well, hair forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts next time. No, that's not it. Just remove Lamiroir from this entire situation, and we're still on track. Okay, order. Recall Lamiroir's earlier testimony. Dude, we're not that bad. I'm bad. I ain't that bad. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that.
That is not the most important part here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Laythouse witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? I really did hear them. 2 gunshots and the man's voice. Fortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We even have already run a simulation.
That fast? Yeah, right.
But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know in an instant.
Your Honor,
Oh yeah, what you got?
we got the results back from the investigation.
Oh, the Interpol number that Mr. Laythouse left us.
But let's hear it. We'll continue this cross-examination. Give me a second. Detective Crescent, your report, please.
Crescent? Is that his name?
I don't get it. He just looks more like a shark to me. Hey, I'm a shark! I asked Interpol about the number. I'm sure you find the answers intriguing.
Quick work as always, Darian.
Well, tell us about the number you got. Quit stalling, man. Is the defendant a secret agent? IP, yeah. Saying a bunch of numbers and letters in this accent's pretty tough. I'll try my best. IPXXX. No, that's too many X's. Now it's banned from the video. Okay. The agent. The agent registered number is Romian Lighthouse. Okay.
What?
Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Lighthouse himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation.
So when he wrote those letters,
He was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe him away.
Mr. Lighthouse was an undercover agent? I guess that makes the earpiece make
Make a lot more sense. Yeah. Golly.
So him being Lamiroir's manager,
Is that a front? Oh my god.
it's a cover, most likely.
There's one other important detail I found.
Well, out with it, Darian.
It concerns that 45 cal, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romian Lighthouse himself.
That's not a shock.
He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched his.
So the victim was killed with his own weapon. Which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver.
So the victim was an Interpol agent on... Oh my god, this is a global incident now. I wonder how this ties into everything. It's gotta tie in somehow, you think? Yeah, who would want an Interpol agent dead? I don't know.
Machi? I don't doubt it. We need motive then. Thanks for looking into this for us, Detective Crescent. It's great help. No problem, Yana. I'll be heading out then. Hold it. Who said that? Is it Emma? Oh. His voice.
Wait,
Lamiroir, is something the matter?
that voice.
Darian's? Yeah, he's working on it. You know, he's got an accent.
Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I'm sure of it.
It was... what?
You aren't saying...
That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Lighthouse when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian.
Whoa. Oh my god, Clavier, you okay? Is this some kind of joke? My own bandmate? I'm stalling because my controller unplugged. Give me a second. Okay, there it is. What? I don't even know the guy.
Ow! What gives? No way, Jose! Ouch!
God, his hair's crazy. He's got a mullet in the back.
The court fell into such a chaotic state. The trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day you get an accusation like that. Lamiroir fingering
Oh my. She was doing what to Darian? Now I'm getting. I know she's blind and all, but something about that don't make.
Not only is he a guitarist, but he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lamiroir heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no wimping out now, Apollo. Come on, get the screen black. No, don't fade it black. Come on. I was just getting started.